Good evening. It's 9 p.m. here in Seoul. Thank you for joining us on Arirang. South Korean President Yoon today embarked on his U.S. trip for the summit with his American and Japanese counterparts, President Biden and Prime Minister Kishida. This first ever standalone summit between the three countries will seek ways to ramp up cooperation. So what are we expecting? Our Kim Do-yeon has the details.
Just before leaving for the historical trilateral summit between South Korea, the U.S. and Japan, South Korea's presidential office confirmed that the three leaders will adopt two documents to solidify the three-way cooperation. Plus, there could also be another joint statement.
As the outcomes of this summit, the leaders of three countries, South Korea, the United States, and Japan, will adopt two documents, the Camp David Principles, that will serve as a sustainable guideline for future trilateral cooperation, and the Spirit of Camp David, which encompasses the vision and implementation strategies of the trilateral cooperation between South Korea, the United States, and Japan.
Expected topics included in the statements are extended deterrence of North Korea, supporting Ukraine, tackling climate change, and protecting supply chains for the three countries. As a result, specific plans could be made for joint military exercises, more consultative groups on different topics such as cybersecurity, as well as something called an early warning system to protect supply chains. The presidential office, even before the summit, showed confidence about the results.
The Camp David summit meeting between South Korea, the United States, and Japan, which will be a focal point in pursuing freedom, peace, and prosperity on the Korean Peninsula and in the Indo-Pacific region, will divide the history of trilateral security and economic cooperation among the three nations into the period before and after August 18, 2023.
This comes as the White House earlier also confirmed that in the joint statements, the three countries will set their trilateral cooperation into motion with, quote, ambitious initiatives. White House Indo-Pacific chief Kurt Campbell also said the documents will include making three-way talks between leaders an annual occasion, along with efforts to invest in a three-way crisis hotline between. In the meantime, China has already shown its discontent with South Korea, the U.S., and Japan strengthening ties. While it's likely there will be a mention of protecting the rule-based world order and possibly peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, a Yoon administration official has said the document is not likely to issue words confronting China. As for separate bilateral meetings, President Yoon will have a one-on-one sit-down with Biden and Kishida at Camp David. The summit, which will be on Friday, will wrap up with a joint press conference in the afternoon. Kim Do-yeon, 아리랑뉴스.